Alright, what's up there, people? Riders here. And today's video is going to be all about the 1985 Pontiac Grand Prix. Now, this Pontiac Grand Prix is special to me because basically it's been in my family for 17 years. This was my brother's car. My brother bought this car a few months after he got out of high school. And this was like his daily driver as he worked on the blue car over there. And for right now, we're going to talk about this Pontiac. And I'm just basically recording this video just to let you know what shape it's in and where I'm starting off with it with the build. Because this will most likely be the vehicle I work on first. This is the one I'm most excited about. Now, originally this vehicle was tan. And then once it got to Arizona, me and my brother scuffed it real poorly, may I say, with some 220 and just shot it with some black primer. And this is the result of what happens. The reason why the car looks like this is because my brother started working on the car and he kind of lost interest in it, and it's set in the backyard for at least 5 years. So this is what it looks like after 5 years sitting in the backyard in the blazing sun, with nothing covering it up, just out there in the hot Arizona sun. The top is whooped. The top is done. I'm just letting you know how it's looking and how I'm starting. Now, the only thing that's really been done to this car in the last 5 or 6 years, I did have to go buy these tires. I know the tires are looking a little dusty right now. That's because I really never cleaned them. I just sprayed them off with a power washer. But I did have to get the tires for these rims just to roll it out of the backyard. These rims actually are older than the car, or not older than this car, but older. These rims have been in my family longer than the car has, because these rims actually started out life on that Cutlass right there. These are 14x7 all chrome 100-spoke player wire wheels that me and my brother drove down to Louisville, Kentucky and bought, man, from CC Hydraulics. I want to say at least 18 years ago, 19 years ago, either 18 or 19 years ago. So these rims have been around for a while. They're rough. I'm gonna try to pump some life back into them and detail them and get some of the rustiness off the spokes a little bit. I'm gonna try to save these rims, but we'll see what happens. This is the car he drove all the way 1,700 miles, 24-hour drive from Illinois all the way to Phoenix, Arizona. This is the car he drove all the way there. We trailered the Cutlass because the Cutlass was fixed up at the time. Now this is the car he really wanted to lowride in. Now, as I said, we scuffed it down, we primered it up. Thinking back on it, we should have just left it stock color, but hey, it looked okay at the time. It was just a flat black primer. Pontiac Grand Prix get a bad reputation because people say, oh, they're ugly. Me personally, I kind of like the front end. That's one thing I like about it. On the front of these G-bodies, Pontiacs, is how the grill goes all the way down. So it's like almost like a three-piece grill. Got the main section, and then you got the two more pieces that kind of goes down into the bumper. I always thought that was cool. I like that. That's one thing I like about the 85 Pontiac Grand Prix. So he put hydraulics on it. Let me go to the other side. There was a lot that went down with these hydraulics. I'll get into the trunk here in a second, but let me show you the A-arms. See if I can get it up in here. Okay, these A-arms, these are the stock A-arms that my brother cut, and basically they're 1 inch extended A-arms. Both upper and lower A-arms has been fully boxed in, fully reinforced. It's got the Napa, the right Napa, unbreakable ball joints. And my brother spent a lot of time work on these A-arms. So I will. Oh, and then the springs. These are old school, I want to say 3-ton, 3.5-ton hopping coils ordered from Nacho off of Lay It Low way back in the day. These are like old school Nacho springs in there. The back is set up good, in my opinion. It's set up to where it's sitting low. But I'll probably swap them springs out just so I can get the front sitting low like the back. Because this is as low as the front will sit because it has hopping coils in it. To me, I'm not trying to hop this car. I'm trying to keep it simple. Nice little lay in place setup. Let me get to the motor since it's popped open. The reason why the hood's popped open here is because I had a hell of a time getting this hood open. The latches and all the stuff need to be oiled down so it doesn't stick on me again. But this is the bone stock motor that came with the car. Now, I'm not even sure what size this motor is. Honestly, I don't really care. I do know is right before my brother parked it, the motor was smoking bad, man. This motor was smoking badder than my T-top Cutlass was. So I believe it's a 305. It's either that or a 301. I don't know. Most likely, I will be pulling this motor out and going with a different motor. I'm not sure what I'm going to be going with right now. But I definitely am not going to be getting this motor rebuilt. I said the motor ran good and it ran fine. It just smoked real bad. Now I'm not sure. I'm quite sure there's 8-inch cylinders in the front. But yeah, that's just a. I'm just letting you know. Just showing you where I'm starting out with. Showing you where I'm starting out at. Now the interior is something different. My brother had started the interior. Hinges need some oil, huh? My brother had started the interior, but never really finished it. He got new carpet from ACC, I don't remember, one of the carpet people, but because somehow, man, because the sun, just the way the sun in 5 years was hitting and beaming in here, the black carpet is faded. It's faded in certain spots. The seats were recovered by a guy in our car club. I'll get into more details on that later. But the seats need redone too because they're kind of ripped right here. It's basically, he just used black material. I'm not sure what material my brother ordered for these seats, but the material is really not that great. So the seats definitely gonna need some work. He ordered this little the little sparkly vinyl piping, kind of blackish. I don't know what color it was, but I know the sun, the tint, the window tint did save a lot of this interior, but the sun, man, the sun did a lot of damage from where they're just out the windshield, poking through the windshield where the window tint is, wasn't showing. Anyway, he's got the Grant wood steering wheel. That's pretty cool. Let me get in here real quick. Oh, before I do that, then he's got the black. He's got the black floor mats with the kind of sparkly. I don't know. I really wasn't feeling this setup, but this is what my brother ordered. Get in here real quick. Now, what this is right here, my brother's gonna put TV in here. So this is an all metal console. Most people make this out of wood. My brother was a metal guy, so he made it out of metal. The one thing though I love about this dash in this Grand Prix, this window tint did do its job and saved the dash. It's dusty, it's dirty, but there's no cracks in the dash anywhere. That's because when he got the windows tinted, he got the strip at the top and the strip at the bottom. He got this done in Illinois right before we left. It's peeling though. It needs to be taken off. The windshield has chips in it. The whole windshield needs to be replaced. And the tent is peeling, but this, I will say that strip at the bottom did save that dash. For me, the hydraulics in this car is special because a lot of the components of these hydraulics that are in this car are basically 15 years old. These are my first hydraulics. My brother, I just gave my brother the stuff. I gave my brother the stuff out of my old Cutlass because I knew I was getting rid of the Cutlass, and we put it in this car. So this is my original hydraulic box that was in my Cutlass. Now I'll probably change this out. I'm not going to use this. I don't really, me personally, all I need is maybe 4 switches, maybe 5. So the 10 switch box is not what I need. But man, this is yeah, this switch box right here, and it's like crack right here. But this switch box is about 15 years old. So yeah, it's crazy. That's the switch box I used 15 years ago back in my Cutlass. So that's why it's kind of special to me. Now, let me pop the trunk here and I'll show you the actual hydraulics themselves. Okay, now, in the back of this Pontiac Grand Prix lies a hydraulic setup. Well, I ain't gonna say the whole setup's old. The pumps in this hydraulic setup are 15 years old. These are my original 2 pumps. It's basically a 2-pump Showtime hydraulic setup. I know it looks rough, it looks dusty, it looks dingy, but this has been sitting in the backyard for 6 years at least. So original Showtime hydraulic, 2 pumps, 6 battery setup. Now when we transferred this setup out of my Cutlass and into my brother's car, he did get all new cylinders and all new hoses, and he made a new, since my brother was a welder, he made a new hydraulic rack and got new batteries and new cables. Because when I had it, it was like all black welding style cables. What's funny about this bar too that's holding the trunk lid up, this twisted bar, my brother actually, man, I want to say 15 years ago, when he was in welding class, he twisted his bar. He got inspired by watching one of them Discovery biker shows and seeing how Indian Larry was twisting metals, and he was seeing that on this biker show, and he was like, when he went back to this welding class, he gave it a try, and this is the first bar he twisted. He actually twisted this bar and sent it to me. At the time, I had just moved to Arizona, and he sent me this bar for my sliding door, so I can sort of like security. I had it in my sliding door. I kept this bar the whole time. This is like his first attempt at twisting square tubing, like Indian Larry. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm using it as a prop in this car now. But yeah, I'm just basically making this video to show you guys where I'm starting with this build. This is gonna need a lot of work, a lot of cleaning, a lot of stuff to get it back in order. I'm gonna try to still use these pumps because I've had them for so long. I'm gonna take them out. I definitely gonna replace the batteries. These batteries are done, as you can see. Basically, I'm gonna replace the battery cables and probably the quick disconnect. But I'm gonna keep the same rack. I'm just gonna add a little bit to it, you know. When my brother built this rack, we were kind of in a hurry. We put these hydraulics on this car long before we even had a carport. We were out here, the whole car club out here with an umbrella holding, trying to get these hydraulics in this car. So we were kind of in a rush when we did it. So I'm just gonna really fine tune the rack, but keep the main rack and the main pumps. And that's what's going on right now, man. This is the car I'm gonna start on first. The old Pontiac Grand Prix. So I'm just giving you this video to show you where I'm starting. I figured I'd start showing you car stuff. Backyard build-up is not 100% done, but I'm tired of messing with it right now, and I really want to start a few things in this car. So, there you have it. Time for me to get Lowrider back on the street. 100 Spoke Riders signing out with my brother's old 1985 Pontiac Grand Prix.